morning. It's Wednesday, August 20th. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Mary Strong alongside meteorologist Jerry Steffen. So understanding that we're going to get pretty hot this week and humid.
Well, hot today, the next couple of afternoons. Extreme heat warnings have been posted for the Coachella Valley, much of Southern California. Also, we'll be dealing with mountain thunderstorms and higher humidity around the area. Right now, a few high clouds out there, but mostly sunny skies this afternoon. So lots to talk about, including the tropics. Yes, it's a full weather forecast in 3 minutes.
Yes, you're a busy guy today.
Fitting it all in. Got a shoehorn.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit. Thanks, Jerry. Our top story this morning, we start things off with an update on last week's shooting that killed 13-year-old Alan Martinez in Cathedral City. Arrests have now been made in that case. 19-year-old James Carter and 18-year-old Christian Millward, both residents of Cathedral City, were taken into custody in San Diego on Monday. Both men were arrested on accusations of murder after the August 13th fatal shooting of Martinez. Investigators say Martinez was walking with two others around 8 p.m. on Whispering Palms and Mission Indian trails when a vehicle approached them. There was a confrontation and shots were fired from inside the car. The Riverside County Gang Impact Team worked with the San Diego Police Department to detain both men. They've since been booked into the Riverside County Jail and are scheduled to appear in court to be formally charged on the accusations tomorrow. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department has seized the car belonging to the father of missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro. The Cabazon boy has been missing since last Thursday after his mother, Rebecca Haro, claims she was assaulted and knocked unconscious in a Yucaipa parking lot after changing Emmanuel's diaper in her car. When she awoke, she said her son was gone. But investigators have not ruled out foul play after finding inconsistencies with the mother's story. Now, according to the LA Times, an attorney representing the father of the missing boy, Jake Haro, says the parents are cooperating with law enforcement despite claims from investigators that they cut off communication. San Bernardino County sheriffs have confirmed a search is actively ongoing, fueled by search warrants and canine assistance at the parents' home in Cabazon. Additionally, Sheriff's Office noted that a large amount of surveillance footage has been obtained and is currently under review. We continue our series now, Voices in the Shadow, where we share the stories of community members who are impacted by newly enforced immigration reforms. This morning, we hear the story of an undocumented immigrant student who fears for his safety as is ineligible for current protection for measures. Our NBC Palm Springs' Antonio Marquez has a story.
For Roberto Ramos, going to school has become a daily struggle, not knowing what obstacles he may face before, during, or after school. One of them being that he might be deported.
With the current political climate, there's a lot on my mind all the time. I don't know whether I can do certain things or I can't do certain things, whether I can visit certain places or not.
Living with uncertainty, Roberto gets home and he unpacks more than just books, but also the fear and worries that have weighed on him all day, all tied to an uncertain future. But realizing that education could be his key to a better life, Roberto made the decision to return to school.
Especially as an undocumented student, you don't know whether you're going to be able to financially support yourself, your family, and as a Hispanic male, like that burden falls onto me where you have to take care of your family in case your father is absent or not, and it's rough, but we can make it. We can all make it through as long as we don't give up.
Roberto is the only member of his family without any form of immigration protection. He's one of thousands of undocumented students who don't qualify for DACA due to the short time they've been in the U.S. But he doesn't give up on his dreams and has changed his major in order to help within the community.
I went through some hardships in my life this past year, and I realized that I was given a lot of help and I wanted to return that help. So I decided to change my career path to study sociology and be able to find a way to help people the way they help me and even more.
Now in his final year of college, Roberto has taken on a leadership role, serving as vice president for Associated Students of College of the Desert. It's a position he hopes will not only help his future, but also inspire other students like himself who may not feel represented, and where he hopes he can spread the message of the importance of finding a support system.
To find that community to always support one another no matter what. We're all going through our own situations, we all have our own problems in life, but at the end of the day, if we can find that support and that family, and if we can all come together and not give up on whatever's going on, that they can make it through.
Upon graduation, Roberto wants to attend the University of Irvine or Santa Barbara to continue his education, something he hopes to achieve. Antonio Marquez, NBC Palm Springs.
And let's take a live look now from our Agua Caliente casino camera in Palm Springs. We have some pinks and blues this morning in the skies. It's a gorgeous morning out there. Jerry's in the Weather Center with a look at what's ahead in your forecast here.
And not too bad at the moment. 82 degrees right now at the airport. Winds are calm, 33% relative humidity. Relatively dry today, but after that, the humidity numbers start climbing up as we head toward the weekend. 72 degrees at Yucca Valley right now, 78, 29 Palms, 82 at Desert Hot Springs, 85 at Indio San Gorgonio Pass, around that 70-degree mark under clear skies. Nothing in radar over Southern California or the Coachella Valley at this point in time. Monsoon moisture still stays well to the east of us over eastern Arizona. Will be hot and relatively dry today, but again, like I said, surface moisture starts climbing up along with monsoon moisture later this week. So dew points in the upper 30s, around 40 degrees this afternoon, and temperatures that'll be above normal. So 114 the high in Palm Springs, the normal 108. So it's going to be hot today. 116 Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage 115 at La Quinta this afternoon. Comfort Air 3-day forecast. We stay up there Thursday and Friday. A few clouds moving in and out of the area. But again, moving into later this week into the weekend, humidity levels move up, and that will play a role in thunderstorm activity too with the monsoon moisture in place. We'll discuss all that. Full forecast minutes away.
All right, Jerry, thanks. The Coachella Animal Network is hosting an adoption event and affordable pet clinic at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino this morning from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. The clinic will offer vaccines, microchips, and pet licenses. No appointment needed for that. A spay and neuter clinic for cats is also available. That is by appointment with limited standby slots starting at 7:30 this morning. All adoption fees are waived today. We've got a link for details and to book your spay and neuter appointment on our newsroom tab of our website on NBCPalmSprings.com. Students at Desert Sands and at Coachella Valley Unified School Districts go back to school this morning. Make sure to leave extra early this morning if your commute takes you by any of the two district schools, and be sure to watch out for pedestrians and students. Yesterday, we told you about the Palm Springs Police Department releasing their internal review of last year's Festival of Lights crash. It happened when an officer performed an unsanctioned maneuver and lost control of his motorcycle, crashing into the crowd that lined the parade route. 12 people were injured. Now that the review is made public, the motorcycle units are set to return to the streets as soon as this week. The department is sharing their new guidelines and safety protocols they put in place to prevent incidents like this from happening again. Palm Springs Police Chief Andy Mills joined our Fred Rogan last night to talk about the issue. Take a look.
Chief, thanks for joining the show tonight.
It's good to see you, Fred.
Okay, so the report is out, the results are in, and what did you learn?
Well, I learned a few things, one of which is we can do a lot better when we are managing parades and large events like that. And particularly, we recognize that our management team, including me, have to make sure that there's complete command and control of those events. Our supervisor to employee ratio was way out of whack, and one guy was managing too many people, and others who were there weren't doing enough. And so we just need to make sure that we're all in the same trajectory, that we're controlling the controllables, and that something like this should never happen again.
What specifics, Chief, come out of this? In other words, that was a broad overview of what we have to do.
Right.
What specifics, what will you enact now?
Well, we're enacting a variety of very specific things, one of which is there's a 15-mile-an-hour speed limit for all of our vehicles, fire vehicles, and anybody in the parade, working the parade. So nobody's going to be running up and down the street trying to pop wheelies or doing tight turns and circles. It's going to be very, very controlled. The second thing is there's going to be a captain in charge of each major event so that we have somebody who we can say, this is your responsibility. You have to take care of this, and you're going to control it. And then the third thing we're doing is reducing the span of control. The span of control is far too large for one person to manage. And that was, again, an oversight by management. And the next thing is we want to make sure that the policies are in place for everybody in the parade to behave a certain way and make sure that we're not putting people at risk unnecessarily. Also, we also recognize that some of the behavior, we got mission creep. It started out as with the officers maybe a decade ago, just doing turns and people cheering when they made the tight, hard turns. And then it turned into, as we all know, last year, officers pulling their front wheels off the ground, doing wheelies, and then losing control. So we're going to really clamp down on the mission creep, make sure that our responsibility is to provide the safety for the parade, not to entertain people. And that's one of the things that we've learned and we're going to be doing.
You know, in my time here, what happened was someone speeding down the road really is not unusual at those kinds of parades. And
Right.
It takes something like this for everybody to take a step back and say, wait a minute, we shouldn't be doing that?
Well, it shouldn't take that. It should be that there are command people in place to be able to look at that behavior and say, hey, that's unacceptable. We're not going to permit that in this environment. But when things like this happen, the reason we did this administrative review is to look at all the factors involved in this. It's just like what the military does when there's a plane crash. Was it an act of God? Was it an act of a failure on the pilot's part? Was it overall policies and systems in place that weren't tight enough? And that's why we wrote this report, so that everybody can take a look at it and find out what we found and what corrections we're making.
So you're being completely transparent.
It's the whole report is listed for them on our website, our transparency portal. They can Google it. They can read it themselves. It's not that long. It's probably 7 or 8 pages. But we want the people to know that we lay it bare. We're holding nothing back from the terms in terms of who is responsible. There's enough fault to go around for everybody, and we want to make sure this never happens again.
Chief, we appreciate you coming on. Thanks.
Thanks for the opportunity, Fred.
It's time now for We're in the Valley, where we show you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley and you guess where it is. So here's the photo. Take a good look here. Do you know where this is? You'll have some time to think about it. We're going to reveal this special location. We're at the end of our broadcast, and I'll give you a hint before we get there. Coming up next on your morning news, if you shop organic, you won't want to miss this. We're taking you inside one of the Valley's largest organic produce sections. That's coming up next. But first, let's head back outside. Here's a live look now from our Agua Caliente Casino camera in Rancho Mirage. Light traffic to start this Wednesday morning off. Meteorologist Jerry Steffen will have your forecast straight ahead.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
Wellness Wednesday is sponsored by Clark's Nutrition Natural Foods Market. Live better, we can help.
We are at Clark's Nutrition today with Starkey and Debbie in one of the coolest organic veggie and fruit sections I've ever seen. This is all organic for the most part, right?
All of it.
Except for one
item that we can't get in as organic. It's tomatillos. We keep them separated in a tray so they're not commingling with any of our other organic produce. But all of this, everything you see here, this is all 100% organic.
All the way across the board.
That is
Debbie, you've literally been with us like 20 plus years, right?
Yes, this August I will be 20 years here at this store.
So, Mary, here's the question I want to ask her.
Okay.
What does commingle mean?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
As
so
far
if
as
it's a non-organic
you
product,
don't, if it's a non-organic product, you don't want it sitting right next to your organic product because the chemicals that are in non-organic produce could commingle or get onto your organic produce.
It's nice that you're really conscious of that.
We're very conscious of that.
You know, the store, I won't name any names, but the store I go to that's closer to home, their organic section is literally like, it's my wingspan.
Yeah.
I mean, at very limited choices. And you come here and it's like, you don't have to worry about reading labels because we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You really have to be aware and look at the codes.
Yeah, if you're not looking at the codes and seeing a code that shows a 9, then you know that you're not getting it organic.
So it has to start with a 9.
Starts with a 9.
Got it.
Okay. Ultimately, everything in the store is probably going to start with a 9, without a question.
Got
with the
it.
exception of maybe one item.
With the exception of one item.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it must be a lot of work to source this much organic product because, like I said, in other stores, this is a really little section. How are you able to get so much in?
We have a couple of really great distributors. We have a great corporate office that they are always constantly looking for new vendors, local people, just reaching out there into the world to see what could be the best products that we can bring in for our customers.
That is so cool. And what I really love is that it's expansive. So you have options and choices. So even if this is a little bit out of the way, I feel like it's worth the drive because you've got so many organic options. And we've talked about this before, how organic is so essential because of all the pesticides that are in our foods now.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is, you know, Mary, in order to stay healthy, you've got to have fruits and vegetables regardless, right?
Absolutely.
But the fact of the matter, if you can get them organic, it just makes it that much better.
Absolutely. I remember in COVID times, everyone was grabbing the pastas and the rice and the this, but what's actually better for your body would be the fruits and vegetables. And they're a lot less expensive too, I find, than buying all the packaged foods.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
The other thing too is think about this. Look at all this color, right? So God made the color so we could be attracted to it.
Yes.
Not to be attracted to a box.
That's right.
I'm not saying that box food doesn't have some advantages, but hey, some color's like a good deal, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and then you've got some interesting products that I've seen. You have whole aloe vera leaf. You've got specialty mushrooms. What are some of the other specialty items that you can't really find anywhere else?
Got turmeric.
Turmeric, yes.
Yep.
The fresh actual root, turmeric root.
And that's organic too, by the way.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Impressive, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed you've got these little baby mini cucumbers that I look for, but I can't really find. The organic radishes that are hard for me to find as well. And I love the green cauliflower.
Romanesco.
The Romanesco.
Yeah.
Like I really have a difficult time finding those little specialty
Super cool
items.
color.
Yeah, super cool.
Probably one of my favorite things that we have is an incredible variety of yams.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah. You've talked about
Japanese,
yams and how good they
yeah.
are for you.
Love it.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Which one is that? This is the standard yam?
This is a standard yam. So I just picked this one
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, but we also have Japanese and all sorts of different ones. Really
That's so cool. Wow, Debbie, thank you.
You're
I
very
appreciate it.
welcome.
And always good to
Sure.
see you, Starkey.
Thank you. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me.
And we'll be right back.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs News. Even astronauts tune in for their news fix. When it comes to top stories, we're on a whole new orbit.
Mostly clear skies at our Agua Caliente Casino Camp. We'll see mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Yesterday, we had above normal numbers by about 4 degrees in Palm Springs, 112 at the airport. 108 is our normal temp, and we're going to be well above normal over the next couple of afternoons. 70 right now at Yucca Valley, 87 degrees at Thousand Palms, 70 degrees at Banning, 62 at Big Bear, and winds light and variable. They'll be out of the west a little later on today. Now, as far as radar, nothing happening over Southern California, but moving into later this week, things will change for us in Southern California. I'll explain in a bit. Right now, the monsoon moisture stays well to the east of us, and we stay relatively dry today. And temps several degrees above normal, 113 to 117. That's our window for high temps under mostly sunny skies this afternoon. Specifically, 114 today in Palm Springs, 3 away from the record of 117. Also 114 Cathedral City, Indio, Rancho Mirage, 113 at La Quinta and Indian Wells. Tomorrow 115 for Palm Springs, mostly sunny skies. 115 also at Indio, 116 Cathedral City, back to 114 for Palm Springs on Friday. So today, tomorrow, and Friday, basically in the middle 110s for the Coachella Valley. And because of that, extreme heat warnings are in effect through Saturday for the Coachella Valley, much of Southern California to our west, mountains, and almost to the coastline. A heat advisory in effect the next couple of afternoons, and we're not the only ones. Much of the Southwest dealing with the heat over the next few days. Okay, as far as Friday's concerned, things change a little bit because some of the monsoonal moisture will begin to move into eastern parts of Southern California. And I'm not expecting any mountain thunderstorms Friday, but then again, after that, it begins to move in our direction even more. So Friday, most of the action over Arizona, although a few showers and mountain thunderstorms are a possibility, more so on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday as that monsoonal moisture moves over Southern California. Okay, here's Friday's coverage map as far as mountain thunderstorms are concerned. Maybe up to 1/10 of an inch, nothing expected for the valley. Saturday, a little more coverage and even a spillover shower in the valley is a possibility Saturday. And again, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, likely the same kind of scenario. As far as surface moisture, relatively dry today for the west end of the valley. Single-digit relative humidity, around 10% on the southeast end, but those numbers move up. In fact, by Friday and Saturday, 60-degree dew points are a possibility, even higher on Tuesday. More on that in the 7-day forecast. Okay, former Cat 5 Hurricane Erin is still out there. Huge storm. It's basically moving its way generally to the north right now. It did make its turn. Feeder bands will begin to move its way a little closer to the coastline as we move into Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Right now, Cat 2 hurricane, 100-mile-an-hour sustained winds, and you can see it turns to the northeast eventually. Here's a look at the GFS. You can see some of the feeder bands begin to move its way over North Carolina before it turns its way to the northeast. And this is interesting, too. If you want to look ahead to the future, we could see another storm form coming close to Bermuda. as we move into August 26th. Okay, Comfort Air 7-day forecast. It's going to be hot the next few days. 114 today, about the same Thursday and Friday. We have extreme heat warnings in effect. Keep in mind the humidity levels do move up beginning Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tuesday, we could see 70-degree dew points. Very sticky. That'll play a role in bringing the temps down. Also, mountain thunderstorms Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Hashtag holiday calendar and pop quiz today. Check in the calendar, see what some of the holidays you may be missing today, if it weren't for me.
That's right.
Wednesday, brought to you by the way, One Coachella Valley. Today, Wednesday, August 20th, 2025, it's National Bacon Lovers Day. I think a lot of people love it when they have a slab of bacon on their breakfast table, right?
It smells so good.
Yeah.
Have you ever been tempted by bacon? I know you don't eat meat, but that's the one thing I hear is the biggest temptation.
It's a vegetarian's downfall.
It is. Have you ever done it?
They call it meat candy.
That's right.
Right?
Jerry.
Yeah, I come close every once in a while.
Oh, goodness, I bet.
Also, National Hawaiian Pizza Day is today. Who likes ham and pineapple on their pizza?
Me.
Yeah, I don't like ham on my pizza, but I'll go for pineapple. Yeah, that's good. So get yourself a Hawaiian Pizza Day for today, okay? Pineapple on the pizza, yes. National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day is today. Nutty, sugary pie with a gooey center. Ooh, that's got a lot of calories, I'm sure. A la mode. It should be a la mode.
Is your goal this morning to make us all very hungry because these all look delicious?
3 out of the 4. Actually, most of them are always food related, aren't they?
Yum.
I think they are. Okay, 3 out of the 4, but the 4th is not. It's National Radio Day today.
Oh, wow.
We celebrate radio. Yeah,
Your
so all
day.
the disc jockeys out there. Yeah, I was a disc jockey for many years. Matter of fact, I was at WMMO Radio in Orlando, Florida, where I did the afternoon show after the weather in the morning. But it was a startup station, new frequency in Orlando, Florida, and we hit #1 in the market in the very first ratings book.
Wow.
And we also got Billboard Station of the Year for the Jocks
Way
on the
to
Air.
go.
Yes.
Nice job,
So
Jared.
if you're in radio, you like listening to radio, hey, today's your day. By the way, a couple facts here. The first clear transmission of human speech occurred in 1919 on what would become WHA in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm proud of that. Also, the first licensed commercial broadcasting radio station in the U.S. was KDKA in Pittsburgh.
Oh, wow.
So we have 2 radio-related questions in today's pop quiz. Here's the first of 2. The 1978 comedy film FM tells a story of a battle between rebellious disc jockeys and their corporate bosses over on-air content. at a fictional radio station in LA. The band Steely Dan was recruited to record the movie's theme song. Parenthetically speaking, what is the full title of this Steely Dan single you hear in the background? Is it A, FM, high fidelity, B, FM in stereo, C, FM, no static at all? Do you know the song?
Boy.
Bring it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Steely
let's hear
Dan.
it.
I love Dan.
Oh, yes, I remember this, but what is it called?
Yeah, what's it called? Okay, you got C there. What about the control room? You got B and an A. So you got A, B, and C. Of course, Nicholas can't play because he's playing the song.
He knows
what it is.
yeah.
But yeah, no static at all is the correct answer. You got that one
I'm
right.
so happy.
Yeah, I'm a Steely Dan man.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's so
second
good.
radio-related question. Commercial broadcast radio stations in the United States transmit their signals via one of two ways, AM or FM. In radio terms, what does the acronym AM stand for? Is it A, amplified medium, B, amplitude modulation, or C, analog multicasting? Back to the control room. You guys are technical guys, right? You know what that stands for? AM, you've heard AM, FM, right? You got one B and a couple C's. You got a C there. Who had B? Only one person got it right.
Wow, way to go,
Yes.
Rico.
Rico. Yes.
That's so funny. We take that for granted,
Yeah, we
right?
do,
We
yeah.
see,
We just
you
say
just
AM,
push
FM.
it on your card and you're like, that's the one I want to listen to. How interesting,
Okay,
Jerry.
Steely Dan taking us to break. Back in a
Wow.
minute.
And
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
welcome back on this Wednesday, August 20th. I'm Mary Strong. Thanks so much for waking up with us this morning. Jerry's going to have your full AccuWeather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But first, a look at some of the stories making headlines at this hour. The Greater Palm Springs Animal Allies will be giving one of the final presentations today in the Rancho Mirage Chamber of Commerce Speaker Series. It's called Voices for the Voiceless, Protecting Animals and Wildlife in the Coachella Valley. Morning show regulars Dan Rossi and Jack Hagerman from the Palm Springs Animal Shelter, along with others, will be giving presentations on the vital animal welfare network happening right here in our community. That presentation starts at 11:30 at the Mission Hills Country Club if you'd like to attend. Jay Critcher, the general manager of Catino, will also be giving a presentation on the Disney Catino development as part of the Rancho Mirage Chamber Speaker Series. He'll be giving updates on the project as well as making some new announcements. The Coachella Animal Network is hosting an adoption event and affordable pet clinic at Fantasy Springs Resort Casino this morning from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. The clinic will offer vaccines, microchips, and pet licenses. No appointment is needed. A spay and neuter clinic for cats is available by appointment, however, with limited standby slots starting at 7:30 this morning. All adoption fees are waived. We have a link for details and to book your spay and neuter appointment on our newsroom tab of our website at NBCPalmSprings.com. Students at Desert Sands and at Coachella Valley Unified School Districts go back to school this morning. Make sure to leave extra early this morning if your commute takes you by any of these two school districts, and be sure to watch out for pedestrians and students when you're driving. As the new school year gets underway in the Coachella Valley Unified School District, students in need are getting a boost thanks to a generous donation from the Walter Clark Legal Group. NBC Palm Springs' Kaylee Robinson shows us how it's making a difference.
According to recent statistics, 1 in 3 children in the Coachella Valley lives below the poverty line. It makes affording everyday necessities very difficult. But tonight's giveaway aimed to help hundreds who would otherwise be left without important resources. This is the sound of cars racing to get in line for Walter Clark's annual backpack giveaway, an event that gives away over 1,500 backpacks for students and families in the Coachella Valley Unified School District. CVUSD administration says that they're excited to welcome students back with this special event.
I know our community here is eager, right, to get the students, and they're grateful for opportunities like the ones that we have here. But it's also the engagement that we have from our community and the support that we have.
The distribution is all due in part to the Walter Clark Group that continues to put smiles on students' faces while trying to make a difference.
I'm so happy we're able to do this and hope we can do it every year.
And with back-to-school budgets already being tight for some less fortunate families, Walter Clark aims to make education a sole focus.
We have made as our goal a focus on education, and we know the Center of the Valley really needs help. So we put all of the resources we can into providing help, whether it's the schools directly, the teachers, or the students with backpacks and so forth.
Walter Clark says his group will give away more than 4,400 backpacks this school year. His next giveaway is at Lincoln Elementary School in El Centro on August 26th.
And that was our Kaylee Robinson reporting for us. The Palm Springs Aerial Tramway is allowing first responders to ride the tram for free until September 7th. Initially, the program was set to expire on August 31st, but technical issues shut down the tram earlier this month. The program is available to active members of first responders agencies like police and fire departments with a valid photo ID. The Valley-wide Riverside County Employment Expo is less than a month away. It's one of the largest job fairs in the region, giving you the opportunity to meet face-to-face with employers hiring in fields ranging from hospitality to healthcare. That's scheduled for September 17th at Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino. A link to register is on our newsroom tab on our website. For the first time this flu season, Americans will have the option to give themselves the flu vaccine. Flu Mist is now approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for use at home, and it can be ordered online. Mandy Gaither has more on how this new vaccine works.
It's the only nasal spray flu vaccine in the U.S. FDA approved for use at home. Flu Mist Home can be self-administered by adults under 50 and can be given to children as young as 2.
It's delivered with cold packs in a cold chain shipping model, and actually one of the great steps is when you receive your dose, there's a temperature tag that gets scanned to ensure that it stayed in the right temperature throughout the entire shipping process and that it's safe and ready to use.
The vaccine nasal spray is now available for home delivery in 34 states. It can be ordered online after a brief medical screening questionnaire, which will be reviewed by a licensed healthcare provider before the vaccine is prescribed. It's covered by most commercial insurance companies with a fee of $8.99 for shipping and handling.
It's quite easy to administer. All they do is take it out of its packaging, put it into one nostril, spray the device, remove a clip from the middle, and then spray it into the other nostril.
Last flu season was unusually severe. Preliminary estimates from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention suggest that between October 2024 and May 2025, there were up to 82 million illnesses, 1.3 million hospitalizations, and 130,000 deaths from flu. At the same time, the CDC says less than half of kids and adults in the U.S. had gotten an annual flu vaccine.
Knowing that they can bring Flu Mist home right into their home and vaccinate on their schedule, the time they want, no waiting in line, makes it very manageable.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Earlier, we showed you a photo of a location somewhere in the Coachella Valley, and I told you I'd show you that photo again and give you one more hint before we reveal the location at the end of our broadcast. So here's the photo, and here's the hint. This park is getting a sweet surprise this November. Think about it. We'll tell you more about this special location coming up later in our broadcast. But first, we're going to head back to Jerry in the Weather Center for a look at what's ahead in your forecast. Jerry.
Yeah, let's check the weather headlines, see what they say. Well, temps are heating up beginning today into this coming weekend above normal numbers. We do have excessive heat warnings in effect. Humidity begins to move up. Not so bad today, but beginning tomorrow, and especially as we move toward the weekend, it's going to get a little sticky. And monsoonal moisture could trigger a few mountain thunderstorms. I'll explain. Full forecast and 7-day next.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm Springs.
Mostly clear skies at our Agua Caliente Casino Camp. Couple wispy clouds. That's all we'll see later this afternoon. But temps begin moving up this afternoon. Yesterday we had temps above normal, 112. We'll surpass that today. 108 is our normal high in Palm Springs. Currently we have 84 degrees at Desert Hot Springs, almost 90 at Thousand Palms, 85 degrees at Indio, and winds light. They'll be out of the southeast this afternoon, and then onshore winds a little breezy late in the day. Nothing on radar over Southern California. Monsoonal moisture not here yet. It's all to the east of us. 113 to 117. That's our window of heat today under mostly sunny skies. And again, get some humidity out of the southeast. Drier air out of the west will pick up at around sunset. So 114 today in Palm Springs, not going to be a record. That's 117. Also 114 is at Cathedral City, Indio, 113. That's at La Quinta and Indian Wells under plenty of sunshine, 112. Desert Hot Springs at about the same tomorrow, 115 for Palm Springs and Indio. And then on Friday, yeah, still up there, 114 in Palm Springs and Indio, 113 La Quinta, 112 Desert Hot Springs. Okay, because of that, we have extreme heat warnings in effect for a good area of the Southwest, including the Coachella Valley. That's through Saturday. Also to the west of us, mountains all the way almost to the coastline. Heat advisory the next few afternoons, and we're not the only ones. Parts of Nevada, Arizona under those heat warnings as well. Okay, now as far as monsoonal moisture, we're going to watch this very closely. High pressure positioned in a way that some of that's going to be pushed into the very eastern parts of Southern California on Friday. Still hot, mostly sunny skies, and humidity at the surface begins moving up too. This is Friday and the chance of rain over the southwest. You can see some of it moving into the area, more widespread action as you move into Saturday. A little closer look at Friday, limited to the mountains, nothing for the valley, and then we could see a spillover shower on Saturday. Now this will be the situation also Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday with mountain thunderstorms in our area. Now we're watching the surface moisture content because humidity will begin moving up. Not too bad today. On the west end of the valley, single-digit relative humidity around 10% in the southeast end today. Beginning tomorrow, the numbers move up. In fact, by Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll see 60-degree dew points, and the pinnacle will be Tuesday as those numbers get close to 70 degrees. I mean, Tuesday is going to be the highest day with humidity. Anyway, Aaron, a former Category 5 major hurricane, now a Cat 2. It's moving its way generally to the north right now. It did begin making its turn. It's got 100-mile-an-hour sustained winds, you can see just to the west of Jacksonville, and then soon moving its way to the western perimeter of a high-pressure center. It'll move its way to the northeast, but it's going to come close to the coast. In fact, some of the feeder bands will begin moving close to the Carolinas, and that will be on Wednesday, late today into Thursday, before it starts making its turn to the northeast, and then it's over the open waters of the North Pacific. But tropical storm watches and warnings are already in effect for the East Coast. And then we have another system that could develop. We're looking at the 24th, 25th of August, and coming very close to Bermuda on the 26th. So we'll watch that. That could be Fernand. Anyway, Comfort Air 70 forecast around 115 today, tomorrow, and Friday. Today, relatively dry, but the humidity numbers beginning to move up as you move toward the weekend. Also, a chance of mountain thunderstorms. Best shot for us around the valley Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Coming up on Today, imagine breezing through airport security in a matter of seconds. We're going to give you a closer look at the new innovation that could revolutionize air travel as we know it. We'll have that and more this morning on Today.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies These are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating. And we couldn't agree more.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The Peanut Gang returns with Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical. It can now be streamed on Apple TV+. Manny the Movie Guy takes us behind the scenes.
Your first time at camp. I know you're gonna love it.
Hello, Mr. Ben.
Hello.
A big congrats on Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical. Sweet, smart, and worthy of the iconic Snoopy brand. And the songs you wrote gave me all the feels.
Your generation would rather sit in front of the television.
I would rather sit in front of the TV.
You know, when writing for a musical piece, it is like writing the script for a character or a setting, right? I mean, pages and pages of script into one song.
That's right. Exactly. That's the way it needs to be seen. And you know, the writers on this are great. They understood that, you know, you let the songs kick the field goals.
One more sleep, and then
I come in and Charlie Brown is in a hole. The camp is not going to survive, and it's like, Charlie Brown, how do you feel about this? And so my job is to express that.
I love it. I mean, you know, that song, I think you're talking about When We Were Light.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it made me cry, and JD sang it beautifully. You know, when we were light as the clouds.
You're such a great little singer.
we were light as the clouds.
But the final song, though, I really love, because Leave It Better. I mean, it talks about looking forward to the future, but don't forget the past. It's celebratory, but also a cautionary tale, I believe. Do you agree with me on that?
Absolutely, and thank you for listening so deeply, because most adults don't, and the kids do. So you're thinking like a kid, which I love. And that's the way I was thinking when I listened to it, because, like, think about all the times your parents have said things like, you know, you need to do your best, but sometimes your best isn't good enough. Kids know that they're not going to do everything perfect either. They're not one-dimensional. They get it. So they can see how scary the world is, and they also have some confidence they can take it on. And that's just, you know, I think that's a gift.
Oh, and thank you for the gift, Mr. Ben. A big congrats on Snoopy Presents a Summer Musical. And remember, leave it better.
Yes.
Oh, looks like a lot of fun there. And this morning on Desert Entertainment, Todd Makovsky has more on a new cabaret show at the Roost in Cathedral City. Todd?
I am thrilled to introduce two of my very good friends. They are part of a new cabaret show called The Roost Review, which is opening next Wednesday, the 27th at the Roost Lounge. Jason Menino, Joe Savant, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
So you are starting a brand new cabaret series. Yes. What was the inspiration for this?
Gosh, I'll tell you what, Jeff and the team at the Roost have created such a great venue, and for a while I've wanted to do a show there. And Jeff said he was looking to add more cabaret talent. I said I could help you, thinking I'd introduce him to people, and before I knew it, I was pitching this series.
Fantastic. And next Wednesday is the debut?
It is the premiere next Wednesday, yes.
Excellent. Joe, you are performing.
Yes, I am. Jason approached me, and I said, why not? Let's do it.
Have you done cabaret before?
Well, yeah. I when I moved to San Diego, I did a lot of cabaret in San Diego. Kind of got me out of my musical theater shell, and then since moving here, I've done a number of the Razzle Dazzle review show at the Palm Springs Cultural Center, and you know, just little things here and there, but it's just enough to sort of keep me in it a little bit.
And also on the bill that night, we've got Jackie Davis,
yes,
who is a local favorite. She's a multi-Desert Theater League Star Award winner. And Chip Prince is your musical director, fantastic musical director.
Yes.
And speaking of Desert Theater League Star Award, you won a Desert Theater League Star Award last year, right?
I did. I won for Oscar Wilde in the band's production of Gross Indecency, The Three Trials of Oscar Wilde.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's great. So the show, again, is Wednesday the 27th. Is it going to be a recurring thing?
Right now I have monthly dates through the end of the year, yes. So
fantastic. Always on a Wednesday?
Always on a Wednesday, around the last Wednesday of the month, except for Thanksgiving, maybe a little earlier in November.
And doors open at 6:30. The show starts at 7. It's a ticketed event, right? So
it
people have
is.
to buy their tickets.
It is. Go online at theroostcc.com. $20.
$20. Can't beat that.
Pretty good.
Excellent. Jason, Joe, thank you so much for being on the show.
Sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you would like to see the Roost Review at the Roost next Wednesday, the 27th at 7 p.m., go to the Cool page and put your name down to enter a pair of tickets to the Roost Review.
Thanks, Todd. To see a longer version of that interview with Todd, you can head over to NBCPalmSprings.com and check out Desert Entertainment with Todd on our programs page. And if you click on our newsroom tab, you'll find our stories from this morning and local events organized by date. Now let's head back outside and take a live look at your Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. It's going to be a hot one today. Jerry's going to recap your forecast for you, and we'll reveal our Where in the Valley special location. Stay right here.
They say dogs are a man's best friend, but at NBC Palm Springs, we're a dog's best choice for news. Apologies to our competitors, but even your dogs know who leads the pack in news.
Night after night, discover the unique stories that set our valley apart. Together, we're going to find inspiration and foster connections that strengthen the fabric of our community.
Babies are experts at paying attention to only what is genuinely fascinating, and we couldn't agree more. NBC Palm
It's time to reveal our special location for our broadcast. Here's the photo again. Did you guess where this is?
Hoover Dam.
No, this is Downtown Park in Palm Springs. It officially opened in 2021 and hosts the free concerts in the Park series. But, Jerry, that's not all. It will also have its very own ice cream festival this fall. I know you like ice cream, so do I. It's called the Scoop Ice Cream Festival. It's scheduled for November 2nd at Downtown Park in Palm Springs. The event originated in San Diego and is now coming to town. It'll feature the best ice cream and gelato shops in the Coachella Valley. Tickets are going to go on sale September 1st, and it will not only taste good, it's all for a good cause. The festival benefits the LGBTQ Center's community Food Bank. Can't wait to go to that.
And you've been served.
Yum, 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 yum.
That's the scoop. Okay, forecast today, not all that bad, a little bit dry, but it's going to be hot. 114 in Palm Springs today, and Indio, 116 Rancho Mirage, 111 Desert Hot Springs. Numbers stay up there. Through Friday and Saturday, we have an extreme heat warning in effect, not just us, but much of the Southwest under advisories because of the heat through this coming weekend. Now, as far as the next few days, middle 1-teens for the Coachella Valley. The humidity moves up. Matter of fact, very sticky conditions this weekend. Mountain thunderstorms are a possibility beginning Friday and Saturday.
And we've got more news coming your way at 11 on your midday news. We hope you go out and have a great Wednesday.